Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Kopi with Craig, and we are here at Boat K at Pasta Fresca de Salvatore, which is our venue sponsor. And for those of you who are watching us for the first time, Kopi with Craig is to show a different facet of Singapore and different individuals, unique individuals, so everyday heroes, and we interview entrepreneurs, including celebrities. And talking about celebrities, people, today I have a superstar with me. Everyone in Singapore knows him. And let me welcome my good friend, Gurmit Singh. Thanks,
Hey,
brother. Thank you for being on the
You were
show.
overselling me. Not everybody knows me.
Well,
The
practically.
waiter doesn't know. Yeah, but this is true. Because we were sitting here and there was a waiter here and he's
Yeah.
from Malaysia. And usually people from Malaysia know who I am. But he's one of the rare ones where he never watched TV and doesn't know who I am. So,
So-
my marketing people work on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, good to be on the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So, as we said, this is the first time I have a big celebrity who.
Are you calling me fat?
I said big. I didn't say fat.
Big is fat. Was it? No. Let me try to lose weight.
No, no.
Okay.
Compared to me, you are still
Hey,
kindergarten
okay,
standard.
he said, I did say. He said what I did say.
Well, we are in true form right now.
Yes.
So I've known Gurmit for a long time.
Yes.
Okay, we started
Wow.
back in the mid-90s, or maybe
Right.
even slightly earlier, right around that time, about 94, 95.
Yes.
During
You
those days,
were
right?
doing Happy Valley, right?
Yes,
Back
correct.
then. Yes,
So yeah, so I did Happy Valley. That was my first big break.
Nice.
I did appear in something a bit earlier. The first English drama called Masters of the Sea.
Oh,
Wow, that was a long.
crush you like a
That was long, yeah.
cockroach.
Crush you under my feet like I would. A cockroach. That was the famous line by
Yes.
by Margaret. Huh?
Margaret, yes.
So yeah, so that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so at that time, then after that, you went on to Phua Chu Kang.
Yes.
Of course, Phua Chu Kang is the most famous character that Gurmit has portrayed.
Yep.
And talking about that, you are still portraying Phua Chu Kang, right? In some shows and
Yeah.
all these things, especially in Malaysia.
Whenever there's a pandemic, Phua Chu Kang comes. Because you think about it, he's been off air for about 25 years now.
Has it
But
been that long?
He's been that long,
Wow.
dude. But he's still in people's awareness because the first pandemic we had was SARS, and government used him to go to MTV to relay the information and get everybody calmed down. Then
Right.
COVID happened, same thing as well. Sanitization, vaccination, and all that. They kept using PCK because he was the one character that the government thought could break down language barriers,
Right.
financial barriers, and all, and just speak to everybody in Singapore. But yes, I still do PCK shows in mostly in Malaysia. I do like a one-man show for 1 hour. I'll
Wow. So
tell
it's like a stand-up
jokes.
comedy kind of a
Tell
routine,
jokes, play games, give prizes, and then PCK will karaoke because I love to sing. What's my name? Gurmit Singh. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Gurmit. Okay, so
So
it's a
I-
play on that one.
yeah.
Okay.
So I love to sing, and whenever I can, I try to incorporate into my show. Even
As
with
part of
PCK.
your PCK show lah.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Yeah. So that was that, and then what were some of the other TV shows that you have gone on from PCK? Did you do? What were some of the other? I'm trying
I
to
did.
recall.
Can I help you with a sitcom?
Can I help you?
did
Yes.
Gurmit's World,
Gurmit's
which
World.
was like a Saturday Night Live concept kind of thing.
Right.
I did Tonight with Gurmit, which was my talk
Yes.
show.
Mhm.
I did Gurmit Small Talk, which was Gurmit's show with small kids.
Right.
And then I did Singapore Idol as well. I
Right.
did National Day Countdown.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know why I'm putting there, but National Day
Yeah, no,
Countdown
it's
somewhere there.
beyond
Somewhere there.
beyond that. Yeah, behind
That-
us is Boat Key, by the way, in case
That's
you're wondering
true.
where we are. Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
weather.
Beautiful weather
setting.
here today. Yeah.
Did National Day 20 times. Countdown for Channel 5. Did Chinese drama. Did movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
You've
fruitful
been
career.
there and done that, lah, brother. You've been there and done
Yeah,
it. What's
very
challenging, right, on Channel 8 for you? I mean,
Oh, for sure. I don't think people realize how challenging it was because I took Malay as a second language.
right.
So to learn Chinese, I employed a dialogue coach. And what she would do is come to my home at midnight. 'cause that's when-
Midnight?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because you finish filming and then you go back home, you take your supper, and then Lao Shi is there.
Wow.
And so
your
she
Lao
would-
Shi quite good. I'm willing to come at midnight.
She
Wow.
knew the
the
danger-
constraint that
yeah,
you had. lah.
constraints,
Right.
And then so she would read the script and I'll record her, right? Yeah, listen to it. Then I try to regurgitate back. And then she'll correct me along the way. Once I got it correct, then I'm listening to my own voice. I write down my own Hanyun pinyin. Because I Hanyun pinyin as well.
yes.
So for example, if the line was 我是你的爸爸, my war is WAR, Sure is SHER, and knee is KNEE. 我是你的爸爸。
我是你的爸爸。
So in my script, you will see a different kind of Hanyu pinyin, which I've written down. Then on top of that, I will ask the Lao Show, what are the other actors saying to me? So I know how to react. So I don't know how they're saying.
You must understand what
Exactly,
the dialogue was,
right.
right? Yeah, yeah.
So it was very messy, very difficult. In fact, 1 week into production, I was sent to a hospital. I had chest pains, and I thought, okay, this is how I die. Chinese set. Three Chinese words.
Well,
Yeah.
so stressful, brother.
So stressful, yes. Then they did the blood test and everything and said, oh, Mr. Gurmit Singh, yeah, so good news is that it's not heart attack, but it's anxiety attack.
Oh my goodness.
You're so anxious that your chest is all cramping up and you are just shutting down.
Oh wow.
So I decided to withdraw, but then the executive producer said, no, you are doing very well. He showed me some short reels. So you have good chemistry with Lin Singh and Pang Ling Ling and Zoe Tay. We will cut down the number of scenes per day so that you can cope with it, which they did but it wasn't very much. They cut down from 20 scenes a day to 11 scenes a day, which was still a lot for me for non-Chinese speaking. So every lunch hour, I will still be in the bus eating my tuna sandwich because I couldn't afford to go for lunch and learn the second half of the day. And then when I finished, so in the 3 months, right, I lost 10 kilograms.
You lost 10 kilograms?
Yeah, because
maybe I should try that.
Yeah, do Hebrew or something. I don't know. Do a Tamil show. You know?
Yeah. Correct.
And then you will lose weight because lunchtime I couldn't eat. I was still struggling to do my.
To remember your lines and pronounce it correctly and all this stuff.
Exactly.
Wow.
I want to share with you one of my, I can proudly say that when I do my work, I really get into it. I love my lines. I be on time and all that, so I don't waste people's time.
That's being professional,
right?
Yeah.
The basic, right?
Yeah.
Decency. But for Chinese production, it was so hard to learn the lines, and I knew I was going to be in trouble when we were shooting indoors. Now, when we shoot outdoors, sometimes we only have one camera, so we have time. There's time for me to learn a few lines.
Rehearse.
But when it's studio, it's 4 cameras.
Yeah.
It's just start of the scene to the end of the scene, done.
One take, right?
You cannot stop, right? So I said, oh God, okay. And the scene they chose was this scene where I come in. It's 4 pages long, at the door of Lin Singh's character, and he has one word, not even one line, one word of bloody hell. As a Chinese guy some more, and he says to my character, "Come on," because I'm smiling, weird. And then I proceed to say all my lines. I go to him, I say to him over his planner, over his table, and then I sit down, then put my leg up, and then I walk behind him, I pour coffee, all this. Now, I knew I could not memorize the 4 pages, so I cheated. I told everybody, I'm very, very sorry, but if you want to go home to our families by today or this week, I need to cheat. 对不起. So what I did was this. He says, "Come on," right? I'm at the doorway. I walk towards him. I say my lines memorized already. Then I lean over his table, and there's a daily planner there, right?
Yeah.
But as I'm talking to him, very naturally I look down. As I'm looking down, my lines are there on the daily planner.
Okay.
Yeah, 我跟你讲啊, Then after that, I sit down in front of him on the chair. These lines are memorized also. Memorized, talk. Then I put my leg up. Right, my legs up. On my toe is a post-it with Chinese words. I'm looking at him, but camera's this side, ma.
Right.
Put up my leg. I walk behind him. He go around the table. That's memorized again. Behind him, there's a coffee machine. I'm pouring coffee. I'm talking to him. But I'm looking through the glass, and below the glass is my script, hidden by the coffee machine.
Oh man.
So that one take, I was so engrossed in the line that I actually overfilled my coffee mug.
Oh my goodness.
Then they say, hey, sorry, okay, take 2. So I did take 2, and then we was done.
Right. Oh wow.
So that was.
But just done in 1 take.
Yes.
Oh, cool, man.
Just 1 take, and we did it.
And everyone could go home on time.
Yes. Yes. I had to do that, man. I had to do that.
Oh, I mean, I can understand because I'm although I'm Chinese, right? But my Chinese also like I'm Peranakan.
What do you mean?
No, I'm Chinese, but then even
You
then
take
my
Chinese in
command
school?
of the language is not good because I'm Peranakan myself. So
Don't give excuses, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
Did you take Chinese in school?
Yeah, of course.
Then shut up, don't give excuses.
Fair lah. F9
Really?
almost all the way, yeah. And my highest pass was a S8 or S7.
Oh my
Couldn't even get the
goodness.
credit pass.
Oh my goodness.
That's how tough it was. No, the family spoke Chinese, right?
That's true.
And all my
You need
friends
to speak
around
the
me,
language.
all my friends, we used to tease those people who spoke Mandarin, call them Chinese helicopters.
Yes.
Because they have a tendency, stuff at the rotor. So you know how evil we were, like, in those days.
Good days.
Yeah.
Good times.
So talking about showbiz, how long have you been in showbiz now for yourself?
Professionally, I came onto the scene on TV in 1994.
Wow.
So How many years?
Now it's, that means
That's been 25.
94, 95. Both of us failed maths.
95, that is 2005,
Uh-huh.
then 2015, 2025,
30
30
years,
years,
30 years. Oh, wow, yeah, 30 years.
right? I think so. Well, write in the comments whether
Yeah,
you're correct.
you're,
More than 30 years.
you're almost, what, 60 now? 50, late 50?
I'm 60 this year, same as Singapore.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
How old are you?
I'm 62 this year.
Wow. You look the
62.
same the first time I saw you.
Yeah, that's thank goodness.
That was your father, right?
Yeah.
It's
No,
his
take
son.
after my mom. Take after my mom.
Oh, okay.
Good genes, I guess. I know.
Yeah, yeah.
So didn't age that much. Fortunately, still got some hair.
Wow.
Didn't have to color it yet. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm not complaining lah.
Yeah, yeah.
So like for many of our viewers, right? Maybe they may not know that your mom was Chinese, right?
Half Chinese and half Japanese.
Or half Chinese, half Japanese.
So her biological mother is Singapore Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Her father is a Japanese soldier. So the story is this happened during Japanese occupation, and I didn't know this until my mother passed away in 2001. And all this time I've been asking about why I look different. My sisters look very different from the typical Indian look. And my mother always said we're different part of India. We're like, what?
Different part of India.
And we were little, so we didn't argue, right? But
Right.
after she passed away, my father sat me down and said, okay, here's the story. During Japanese occupation, along the beach, don't know which beach, one Chinese lady was carrying a laundry basket full of laundry. And coming towards her was a Punjabi man. Hello, all that. Then suddenly the basket started to cry. There's a baby in the laundry.
Oh.
And then the Punjabi man asked, why you have baby in the laundry basket?
Right.
So she then shared that her father, this baby's father, is a Japanese soldier, and she had brought the baby to the beach to let it go.
Oh my God.
Whether die or somebody come along.
Trying to do like Moses, put him into
Yeah, except it's a sea.
But yeah.
So it so happened that Punjabi man had just gotten married, and his wife cannot bear him children medically.
Oh.
So he said, this is perfect in a sense that if you give me this baby, I'll take care of her like my own flesh and blood. And the Chinese woman said, take her. So that baby was my mother.
Oh wow, what a
So
story.
somewhere in Singapore here, I have a Chinese line
that you
lineage
are not aware of.
not aware of. And then in Japan, there's somebody on my grandfather's side that is part of my lineage
So
as well.
Nihonjin desu ka?
Honda.
1/4 somewhere.
Oh, is it? Yes, 1/4.
Yeah.
So I'm quarter Indian. Quarter Japanese, quarter Chinese, half Indian.
Wow. Cool, man. Wow, that is quite
Then
amazing.
suddenly everything made sense. How I look, why I look like that, how my sisters look differently,
Huh.
and why my mother looked the way she looks, because she definitely wasn't. If you see a picture of her, definitely doesn't look like Indian whatsoever. And
Yeah.
she stands next to my grandparents like, wait a minute, is this an Oreo cookie or what's going on?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, it's good when you have a chance to finally trace your lineage, you know, and how far back it goes and things like this. No, just curious because you're a Singh, right?
Yes.
So, were you wearing a turban when you were younger?
When I was younger, I tried to have a turban, but first I tried to keep long hair to make a bun. Couldn't. Every year when my hair got to my collar, high fever. And by accident, fever. Just like that. And we take Panadol, nothing happens. And then after that, just by sheer coincidence, my mom said, cut your hair, it was getting very long. Cut the hair, okay, fever gone.
Wow.
So every year did that until secondary 1. I told my mom, I said, Mom, let me try to take Panadol a bit more longer and then see if I can grow the hair out and then become proper Singh. I was feeling a bit like, like a little runt, cannot become a Singh properly. So happened, got the collar length to the collar and then got my fever, took my Panadol. Next 3 days I kept taking Panadol, and then third day, fourth day the fever broke. I could continue to grow my hair. But then every year I get fever.
Oh my goodness.
And now I have to take Panadol and I grow. And then finally, until I was in pre-U, and I finished and I was going to go into national service. And that's when I asked my parents' permission, can I cut my hair? Because going to national service, it would be so difficult with this long hair up to my waist and my hair. Then my father said, okay, you cut your hair now, but once you finish national service, I will tell you to keep your hair again. And then you must keep it. I said, yeah, sure. National service finished. He never asked me, I never said anything. I used to get non-manly problems, you wash hair, wash, right?
Right.
Because my hair is so long, right? I wash more, then hair tangle. Then I spend 1 hour in the toilet
trying to untangle the hair.
untangle the hair.
It's painful, no?
I saw the ad, the woman like that, crazy. Then I tried, then my sisters laughed at me and said, you can't do that, you must wash like this. Oh, I said, no, I follow advertisement, what? So,
Goodness.
yeah, so I never
Oh,
kept
so
it in.
after they didn't keep, you didn't keep it
They
anymore.
keep
lah.
it. My father-in-law asked, he didn't push for it, so I said, okay, then just leave it as.
You know, I had two classmates right from secondary school.
Yeah.
They were also Sikhs and they had the turban, but they didn't wear the full turban because they're some teenager. So they had
They just tie the hand and bun.
put the little bun on the top.
Yeah.
lah. So then we went for school camp, you know.
Ah.
Then we asked him, hey, how come you don't come along? Then they gave all kind of excuses until eventually I asked him, hey, seriously, why you don't go? Because he said we don't know how to tie the hair up into the bun again after we put it up.
No.
Okay, you also had your start in Haw Par Villa, right? I mean, at one point.
Yes.
Yeah.
How it got started was in national service.
Mm.
There was a RO, routine order that went around
Mm.
saying that there is an audition for performers.
Mm.
So what happened was back then, Haw Par Villa was just a defunct, derelict park because it's in its heydays, right?
Right.
But there was a theme park management park that wanted to take over this and turn it again into, into its glorious day, turn it into a proper amusement park with shows and park walks and characters, like a mini Disneyland. And so they were auditioning people, and when they saw me, they said, "You come on in as well and do this." So I was there for 4 years. We did all kinds of shows. We did musical, we did theater, we did improv, we did walking around in costumes, Chinese mythological creatures. People take pictures with me and all that. And while I was there for 4 years, doing one of these musicals in the big amphitheater, there was SBC back then. It was called SBC producer who saw me, and the show I was doing had a lot of crowd interaction. I bring somebody on stage and I tell me, where is this? Because I play a bad guy. Where is the hero? I'm the hero. And there was a lot of banter. And so after the show, she came to me and said, "You're very good on your feet and you're very fun. You'd be good to be a host on a live show, for example." And oh yeah, okay, thanks. Didn't think too much about it. But 4 years later, she would call somebody, call my sister who said, "Somebody's looking for you." And then I went to SBC and did my auditions and then got the gig. The live show, entertainment show. It was called Live on 5. And it was
Who was the host of the show?
me.
You are.
I became the host of the show.
Oh, you started.
Started there as a host, and it's a variety 1 hour live show, which was unheard of back then. So everything was pre-recorded. But the company that was doing it was from Australia, and they had a big success in Australia, and they brought the whole concept to Singapore. And I was supposed to be with a co-host, a female co-host, but management looked at it and said, "No, you're just the co-host, done. Just go alone." So can you imagine the pressure of doing a live show on TV? I've never done TV before.
Yeah.
And I have 4 different cameras. I have 3 floor managers, 2 floor managers sometimes.
Yeah.
And I have to keep looking at different cameras. The red light comes on and I get hand signals. So if it's like this, continue. Because even though I finish my script, I must continue. Like this is wrong up in 30 seconds.
Right.
Like that, 10 seconds, done. So that was steep learning curve. I remember one time where I was finishing at the last bit of the show, and always end with the live band. Say thank you, and then I get this lah. So I said, okay,
10 seconds left.
10 seconds left. Say goodbye. So I said, okay, hey, that was a great show, guys. I'll see you next week. My name is Gurmit Singh. Good night. And then when I said good night, I saw this. From this, they came this.
Confusing signals, you know.
So I said good night. But before I go, so I started to banter, started to improv, talk to the band, talk to the audience, and all that kind of thing. And then finally, I got this again. Then I said, "Good night, everybody. See you next week." Then I asked the formation, "What happened?" "Oh, upstairs, they miscalculated by 2 minutes." Oh, 2 minutes on a live show
is it's an eternity, you know.
Right?
Right.
So, wow, but that was a good lesson to learn, and I did that for 1 year before moving to sitcoms and all.
Right. And just now, I mean, like, also maybe people may know but may not know. When did you accept Christ?
Oh, this was in 1985. Way before I went to national service or went into the TV world and all that. It was a difficult journey, but important one, of course. Because what happened was my mother got cancer. And to put it into context, my mother was one of those, they don't make them anymore, They work 12-hour shift and they continue to work at home, do household chores.
Right.
They never fall sick, right? Those kind of mothers, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where they came. I think they came from the
Wonder Woman, better than Wonder
they
Woman.
came from Bookie, I think. They come from Munich.
Right.
And I always thought she was a damn strong woman, right? But she would fall sick sometimes, and only on the off days she would fall sick. But
They were
her,
too busy to fall sick.
right? Because she had to survive.
Ah.
And then she would just take a Panadol or put medicated oil and then she'd be fine.
Mm.
That was okay. But there was one day where she had that problem, stomach problem, took the medication, Panadol, but still didn't go well.
Mm.
Few days pursued like that, and then we said maybe you should go to doctor get stronger medicine. She did, and then she went, and then the doctor said I can't figure out what's going on here. Maybe go hospital do blood test lah. And we did a blood test. We came back, and the doctor, I was there with my mom, and he said, "Sorry, but your mother has advanced cancer, small
Wow.
intestine, large intestine, liver, and stomach, and she has 6 months to live."
Oh wow.
So,
Not a good prognosis.
oh no, I mean, to say that my world turned upside down is an understatement.
Yeah, boy.
I was very upset, and my mother then had to do chemotherapy, radiotherapy. She did Malay Bomo, Chinese Sensei. She did whatever she could, but she was just dwindling away, and she became bedridden.
Oh wow.
And then my sisters came, and they asked whether they could bring in a pastor to pray. And I was upset with them because in my family, my father doesn't like Christianity. It's an unmoral religion.
Right.
But my mother, had nothing else to lose, right? She said, okay, call the pastor, but don't tell your dad, right?
Yeah, like, I can
Right.
understand. Yeah, not upset him. Yeah.
Yeah. So the pastor came, and I was very upset like my sisters because this is not going to end well now if my dad finds out about this sort of things. And the pastor prayed for her, but before he prayed for her, he said, which I will never forget, he said, sister, before I pray for you, I need you to know something. There's a difference between Jesus Christ and Santa Claus.
Oh my
Santa
goodness.
Claus is just a
What
list you make and then you just get whatever you want.
uh.
But Jesus Christ, you have to have faith. You surrender your life. And how it ends is the best way it ends. And my mother said the sinner's prayer. She became a Christian.
Didn't your
And
mom converted?
became a Christian, right? And then later, my sisters invited me to a Christian rally at National Stadium, Bongke Reinhardt. Reinhardt Bongke. And I was upset with them. I said, no, don't you try to convert me.
Yeah.
But I went anyway. I wanted to go and make fun of them. I said, it's stupid.
Ridicule or whatever.
Ridicule them. I saw people coming in, wheelchair and stretcher. Then they suddenly can walk. I said, right. Please.
Yeah. Correct.
But to be fair, the speaker is a powerful speaker. When you have 30,000 people, and yet you feel he's talking to only you.
Like it was singling you out, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's holding the Bible in his hand, but he's not reading cue cards. He's just talking to you like this, like this. And you have like, is it just me? What's going on?
Yeah. It's like everything was meant for you, that kind of thing, right?
And then when he asked us to close our eyes and pray, I heard a voice. And the voice said, would you like to be my child?
Wow, power, brother.
I was like, what the heck is going
blown
on?
away, man.
Blown away, tears start crying. And then I said, okay, I'll be your child. From a guy who wanted to ridicule them.
Yeah.
I came back that night, converted to be a Christian.
Wow.
And here's the kicker, right? After that, I found out the Bible is so thick, so many words, and I can't do well in school. After 5 pages of reading textbook, I fall asleep. So I told myself, I'll try God, I will try, I will do my best God. I will open the Bible, I read something, okay? Open the Bible, and the phrase I read was, ask and ye shall receive. And I was stunned. I said, wait, so I can ask her? Wait, I know people say that his word is, heaven and earth will fade, but his word will always remain.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I went to pray one corner, which was a stupid prayer because I prayed like this. Hello God, this is Gurmit Singh. Because he knows who I am.
I mean, you were new, right? So
yeah, but still he's God, he would know who I am.
Yeah.
No matter what my name is.
Just in case he
was busy maybe.
Yeah.
Which Gurmit? The one in Singapore. Oh, that one, okay.
Yeah.
And then I prayed, I said, I read your Bible and it says that if you ask, it shall be received. You have to have faith. So I said, my mother is going to die in a few months' time. Is it possible? Can I ask that you keep her alive? Until, and I was specific, until I have a son and a daughter, because they're waiting for me. I'm the only son to continue the lineage, right? Once there's a grandson, granddaughter, then you can take her. And I have no qualms. She's happy, I'm happy, everybody's happy. And then I said, Amen. Now, when I asked for this prayer, I wasn't married. I wasn't engaged. I didn't even have a girlfriend. I didn't even have a pet dog. Nothing. And for me to ask the creator of the universe to, hey, hang on, can you just stall a little bit, a few months, extend a bit, so I can get a girlfriend, tackle her, maybe she's the one, maybe she's not, get another girlfriend, tackle her again, tackle already, after that, okay, then engage. After engage already, then marry. After marry her, then get her pregnant. Then pregnant, after that, 9 months baby. Then after that, wait for a little while, then pregnant again, and then 9 months. What was I asking a lot, right?
Yeah.
Now when I think back about it, but here's the deal, man. My mother was supposed to buy in a few months' time. We went to the doctor's clinic and he showed me the x-ray and then he said, I don't know what you're doing at home, but whatever you're doing is, please continue.
Just continue doing it.
Because the cancer is gone.
Wow, praise the Lord.
Yeah, it's not like it spread to the ankle now.
It's gone.
It's gone like it never happened. Then he did this to me, I was like, what the hell is
Who did
so
this
I
to
leaned
you?
over the doctor.
Okay.
So I leaned over the table and he said,
Yeah.
I'm a man of science and medicine. I cannot explain what happened except to say it's a miracle.
Oh, wow.
So even he admitted, I have no idea what
How
you're
was it possible? That means what, your mom was at what, stage 3, stage 4?
Stage 4. Advanced.
Oh, wow.
She only had 6 months to live, and by that time she only had about 3-4 months to live. But she did not die. She lived for 16 years.
Wow.
Until there was a grandson and a granddaughter.
Wow. Yeah, miracle.
I mean,
amen. Wow, that is such a story, man, my friend. That is such a story, bro. Amazing. So you'd be surprised when you ask God for the things, right?
Yeah.
With men, the word impossible, but for God, it's
impossible.
Possible.
Yes, yes. Good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that
So
is
it's been
such an
amazing.
inspiring a story. My goodness.
Thank you.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now
praise God.
being a parent yourself, I'm also a parent. I'm a single
I can't wait
parent.
to die now.
Yeah.
No, sorry. That's a joke only. I love being
worries.
a father. I love being a parent.
Yeah. So it's a bit more challenging nowadays for us to be parents because children growing up in an environment is so different from the time when we grew up, and so on and so forth. So
I agree and disagree also. I think every generation the parents go through a hell of a lot because every generation the environment changes. I
Yeah,
can imagine
correct.
because when I told my mom and my dad I'm joining SBC, they were, huh? They were like, what? What is this? TV show? Yeah. What for? They said, no, what for?
Yeah, what for?
I said, to earn money.
Because that was not a viable option
No.
for them. Yeah.
Then they even told me, they said, these type of things, after a few months, nobody will, then you get kicked out. That's it.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to try lah. I love doing it, and try. I did lah, and then here I am still.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
So-
like 30 years in the business already,
Yeah.
and counting. Yeah.
Accounting. Yeah.
So today is also, this year is also a significant year because in the
Yes.
sense that you mentioned to me earlier,
Yeah.
you left MediaCorp, was it in
2015 January.
So exactly 10 years now.
Exactly 10 years. This is
All right, this is
2025
the 10th
January.
anniversary of you. Not being a full-time artist
Yes.
with the station, but
Yes.
yeah. So but you still do projects with the station and with other
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Right?
I mean the bridges has not been burned. The
No,
bridges
of course not.
So I'm grateful and blessed that I'm still able to do projects with MediaCorp or with independent companies now. I'm in charge of my own calendar. Albeit the finance is way lower than before, but I have more control with what I want to do, when I want to do it, and have more time with the family.
Yeah. I think that is very precious as well. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. When I was full time with MediaCorp, the money was so good, but the time was horrible, and to a point where I miss a lot of milestones. The first walk, the first word, the birthday, my own children's birthday, my wife's birthday. That one almost died. I was asking for murder. I missed my wife's birthday.
Oh my.
My own birthday, I don't care. I work.
Yeah.
I don't care. I work. But yeah, so it got to a point where when I left, I made it a point to catch up. So I did holidays with my family, but also with my individual family members. So I went with my son to Bali, and just the two boys, me and him, just having fun and ordering room service.
Some serious bonding of father and son.
Order room service backwards. I said, what do you order ice cream? What, now?
No.
But we haven't had dinner yet. Yeah, we can have ice cream and dinner.
Yeah.
Can I said, can. Mother's not here.
Bo Jing Hu,
No government already. Then I went to UK. My eldest was studying in UK, but during a summer break, I got a car and picked it up in UK, and then for the next 21 days, we rode through 8 countries,
Wow.
8,000 kilometers, and just chit chat, bond, makan.
Those are priceless times. That you
Exactly,
get to spend.
exactly. I was catching
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so amazingly good. So for the people who are viewing this interview right now,
Mm.
what do you see for yourself within the next 5 to 10 years? I guess you will still be doing what you're doing.
I can only hope so. In the past, whenever a journalist asked me, "So, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 2-year plan? What's your 10-year plan?" I always told them that I have completely, absolutely no idea. My path has been directed by him. I've already left it to him. I realized that whatever I want to go for usually doesn't materialize. Because I tell you why, I always wanted to be a singer, right, in a band, and I was for a while. 1 month in Indonesia, I was a lead singer in a band. But it was one of the most horrible times in my life. Falling sick and meeting all kind of evil people.
Oh gosh.
So I didn't like it. So I like to think that if I surrender the future to my God, who better than Him to take charge of it,
Right.
right? So I always pray that He'll guide me. I will be sensitive to His guiding, and that I will be where He wants me to be at. Including here today. To be here because He wants me to be here, and then just let's go lah. Let God take control.
Right.
Just let go of everything.
That is something that is easier said than done for many people.
Oh yeah, of course. There'll be times even I have gone through like, why am I here? What am I doing here? But then I think that's even more crucial that you lean on Him and then say, okay, I have no idea why I'm here, but obviously you've got me here, and obviously you won't get me here and leave me here. You'll get me out,
Right.
and I'll take something from this. I'll learn something from this, and then we can only pray for that, lah.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can hope for.
You think about it, our line of work is very. I discovered this at a very early age of my career, where my career is based on people's opinion. If you cut it down to the core.
Right.
People are watching now. They're, oh, Gurmit funny. Ha. Tomorrow, Gurmit not funny leh. Don't watch him anymore leh. Lousy lah. No TV station, no interviewer will take me in because they say, sorry.
Yeah, you're no longer the flavor of the month.
Yeah, or even the flavor of the hour. You just piss off and don't.
Right.
So I'm always very attuned to the fact that all these people who are looking around here, people come to me, hey, come and take a picture of that. These are my real bosses.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, they are the ones who further our career because as long as they demand us, we have a job.
Correct.
They don't demand us, no TV station, nobody will want you.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we're in show business. It is. I mean, the reality of it is, as we get on a bit with age, there are younger people coming up. But then I think you already have the longevity, and you should be able to continue doing what you're doing because your audience loves you. They've grown up with you.
But here's a hypothetical scenario. What if tomorrow I go and beat up an old woman? For no apparent reason.
Not likely, but
not likely. But what if I do that? People say, "Wow, this could be too much. I take things for granted." I cannot take things for granted.
Right.
You can never know when is your last day on this. Industry.
Well, maybe let me add on to what you just said. Right. Maybe on a personal level for myself, not being morbid, but every night when I go to sleep, I thank God for the day. And then when I open my eyes the next morning, I thank God for another day.
Yes.
So I have developed what I would like to call AOG. I've developed an attitude of gratitude.
Attitude of gratitude, I like that.
Yeah, I have an attitude of gratitude. So be grateful. And once you're grateful, I guess more blessings will probably come into your life. Even though if there are road bumps along the way. But this is the journey of life that we all go through. Nothing is smooth sailing. But then when you have the support of friends, loved ones, family, and that's what makes the journey worth living. And then, of course, the next stage for you, me, is that one day see our kids, maybe, settle down, maybe have their own family, and become akong. Akong. Yes. Become a grandparent.
Before I become gong gong.
Not become gong gong, become akong. Oh, okay. So is there any closing things that you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning into our lives and perpetuating our career. Like I said, you are the bosses, and we hope to continue to entertain you for as long as possible until it starts raining.
Today we're very blessed. The weather is excellent. It's just the wind is so good and it's a bit overcast, but it's just amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah. You have to thank
I'm
God for
surprised I'm not fallen asleep because the weather is so good.
so good, right? Yeah, precisely. So once again, Gurmit, thank you very much,
Thanks,
bro,
Craig.
for coming for to this Kopi with Craig. And as I said, he's my first major celebrity to be on the show. And we'd like to thank you for tuning in. And until the next time, this is Craig signing off from Kopi with Craig. Take care. God bless and we love you all. Bye bye.